Hey there, Chef D Malfi here, and welcome to Plant-Based Made Easy. Happy Monday. Today I'm going to be making with you a really simple and delicious breakfast. Today's a smoothie day, so I'm making a green matcha smoothie, hence my green t-shirt. I'm going to just post the recipe link. If you want this recipe, you can purchase it straight out of my monthly cookbook. Today we're working out of issue number 8. That's this issue right here. And I really love this cookbook because it is a month of recipes. It's going to get you everything from breakfasts, lunches, dinners, snacks, sweets, and even staple recipes. And I'll explain a couple of the staples that we'll actually be making in today's recipe. And if you have any questions along the way, just type them in the comment box and I'd love to engage with you. All right, so let's make a green matcha smoothie and let's talk about matcha, one of my new favorite foods. I absolutely love matcha. Here it is, you guys. I buy this from Thrive Market, and if you are unfamiliar with Thrive Market, you can sign up. It is basically like an online marketplace, kind of like Costco, where you subscribe and become a member and then get 30% off your groceries. It's really awesome. So I love matcha, and this is culinary matcha, meaning you can actually, it's culinary grade. It says there right on the top. You can actually use this for not only cooking and also drinking. There's also ceremonial matcha, which is a higher premium matcha, usually costs more money. It's got the same amount of nutrient value. It may have more of a matcha blast, like a flavor profile to it, but it is actually made and intended to use for ceremonial tea purposes. Whereas the culinary grade is actually, I think it's the lower grade. It has the same amount of antioxidants, but it's easier to find. It's less expensive. And it has a more neutral flavor that you can use for a lot of different things. Now, I'm going to use it today in my smoothie, but you can use matcha in a lot of different recipes. If you have not seen, we actually made matcha popcorn here at Plant-Based Made Easy in one of our past episodes in December. So check that out. I had one of my friends who has this amazing Japanese cooking school on the show, Pat Tokiyamo, and he and I made matcha popcorn, and it was really great. So I love using matcha in my recipes. You can also use it to bake. I love putting it in muffins and scones and biscuits. Yes, you're going to get like a green hue to all your food, but it makes it really delicious and super antioxidant rich. So I love this as a supplement. It is a food. It is a really nutrient dense food. And this in and of itself can be found at really any grocery store now, usually in the tea section. And it comes in about a 3.5 or 3 ounce pouch, just like this. And I'm going to just show you the distinctions here. This is USDA organic, as well as non-GMO project verified and kosher, which is great. And then here's what it looks like. And I have 3 teaspoons here. I'm going to show you in the overhead. All right. Look, take a look at this. This is green matcha. The camera's going to just like focus in here. Ooh, there we go. All right, now it's gorgeous. It's green. It's kind of like this lime greeny flavor. The smell of this matcha is like very earthy. So think like it smells like it's very herbaceous. It smells like kind of plants. It smells like kind of caramely, kind of like what else? I don't know, like very kind of like it smells like soil, but sweet. It's really kind of sweet, caramely. That's the flavor that comes to mind when I think of matcha. Most people are like probably thinking, if you've never had matcha, like caramel is probably not the first thing that comes to mind, but try it. I'm telling you, it really is this like very creamy. It's weird that a smell can have like a creamy flavor, creamy, sweetie. It's a sweet matcha, delicious flavor. Try it, you guys. All right. Good. Okay. Karen says she has not tried it yet, but she needs to go and buy some. Again, it's in the tea section. Hi, Charisse, and hi, Marie. Hello, mate. Brian, how you doing in Denmark? All right, good. I'm glad Cheryl says she's going to try it as well. Here's a good question, unrelated to matcha, but I'm going to answer it for you, Cheryl. This is a food question. Is there a good probiotic that I would recommend? Absolutely. Now, I mentioned that I was going to talk about the staple recipes today. Yeah. So here's how I'm going to tie in an answer to your question and talk about the staples. So within my monthly cookbooks, you guys, I always include 4 staple recipes. These are recipes that you're going to use and make again and again and again. These are staples for your household. And the recipes include yogurt, milk, bread, and cheese. Yes, even cheese. You can have cheese on a plant-based diet. It's going to be dairy-free and it's going to be nutrient-rich and really delicious. But all 4 of these staple recipes are really simple. Now, what I do, you guys, is I take kind of complicated recipes like milk making, cheese making, bread making, yogurt making, and then all of the actual recipes that are not the staples, like a dinner, let's say a burger recipe or a delicious soup. I take classic comfort foods and recipes and I scale them way down. That's what I've been doing my whole culinary career, because as a chef of 15 years, I really found that people don't actually cook like chefs in restaurants, right? People cook simple food. People usually cook the same recipes over and over again. And so related to our staple recipes in particular, these ones can be really difficult. It can be difficult to make cheese. It can take a long time to make bread and milk and yogurt, right? And so in this cookbook, you're going to get these 4 staple recipes, and they're amazing. So to answer your question, Cheryl, what probiotic do I recommend? I recommend any probiotic that has 12 strains or more of bacteria, which are really good gut bacteria, good nutrients for our gut microbiome, okay? Now, you can use any brand that you want. Just make sure that it has 12 strands or more, or 12 strains of bacteria or more. And you guys try the recipe for the yogurt. And it's a staple recipe within this within this cookbook that's awesome. Now, for this matcha smoothie, you can actually use yogurt or plant milk. So let me talk about the next staple recipe. Here's plant milk, you guys. I would use about a cup of plant milk today. And the reason I'm showing you is because I'm going to do a demo of it this week, but I want you to know that this staple recipe is like the most important, I think, of all the rest of them. When you go plant-based, there is a need for you utilizing the same sort of ingredients, but making them healthier and dairy-free versions. So this plant milk is made with cashews and coconuts, and I'm going to use it today as the base of my smoothie. But like I said, you can use yogurt or milk. All right. All right. So now let's make this green matcha smoothie. I'm going to show you how easy it is and how delicious it is. All right. So first things first, I'm going to use my Vitamix here. If you want access to a link to purchase this Vitamix, I'll pop my Amazon storefront in the comment box at the end of the show so you can actually shop in my storefront. And I love this machine. All right, to this, I'm going to add some liquid. First things first, that plant milk. We just talked about it. Staple recipe. You can buy plant milk as well, but let me just mention plant milk that's manufactured for the store in retail actually is increased in price by almost 200 to 500%. Now, that's a lot of money that you're going to probably be wasting on plant milk when you can actually just make it for yourself. And I'm telling you, friends, the first time you make it, you're going to realize not only is it better than the stuff that you can find in the market because it doesn't have any additives, but it is actually more flavorful and it's more nutrient dense because all the nutrients haven't sort of expired or dissipated away. All right. So I'm going to use about a cup of this. Like I said, mine is cashew coconut based, but you can use any nuts or any seeds. You can use hemp seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds to make milk. You can use pumpkin seeds, walnuts, almonds, pistachios, and it goes on and on. All right. So you find your own nut and seed mixture. Any one nut, any one seed, or a combination of all of the above is going to make a really great plant milk. Now, the next thing that I want is a frozen banana. So I'm going to use 2 frozen bananas here, and I'm going to show you in the overhead. Can you still hear me? Yeah. So 2 frozen bananas. I like to freeze these ahead of time. Can you guys still hear me when I do the overhead? Please let me know. Say yes in the comment box. Yes? All right, so 2 frozen bananas here. I really like these. These are really great for us. I'm going to pop these right into my Vitamix as well. All right, the next thing that we need is another fruit, okay? Because we really want this to be nutrient dense and delicious. I'm going to use mango. Now, I'm using frozen mango, and here's the thing about frozen mango. Great, thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Here's the thing about frozen mango. I'm going to just do it overhead again, and really, I want you to kind of zoom in here and look, right? This frozen mango might actually have a little bit of a more mild yellow flavor. Mild yellow color, but the flavor is going to be just as delicious. Now, I really want to compare the difference with you just and talk about it, the difference between fresh and frozen fruit or vegetables. Now, fresh to frozen fruit. Actually, frozen fruit tends to actually have sometimes even more flavor than fresh fruit, and here's why. When this is harvested, let's say this mango in particular, from Thailand. I think that there's someone here from Thailand. I'm not sure. Are you from Thailand? I can't read your name, but hello, good to see you. This frozen fruit here is actually taken off of the farm And then it's taken, a sample of it is actually squeezed onto a refractometer. It's like a sugar scope. And basically this mango is squeezed, the juice is squeezed onto a lens, and then that refractometer is brought up to the eye, and the farmer will look in and find the sugar content level. Now that farmer knows it will not pick the rest of its crop until that sugar level is exactly what the consumer wants. So when it comes to frozen fruits and vegetables, this is called instantly quick frozen. All right. The nutrients are instantly quickly frozen. The fruit or vegetable itself is cut down and then instantly quick frozen in big freezers at the exact right amount of sugar content. And this is going to give you not only the most nutrient dense of the fruit or vegetable when it's frozen, but it's going to keep those nutrients intact. So really, really great to kind of remember that. All right, I'm going to use about a cup of frozen mango. You can use fresh, but just remember, sometimes, especially if it's out of season, it's not going to be as delicious. All right. And if it's not as sweet, it's probably an indicator that it's not going to have as many nutrients as well. So just kind of food for thought. All right. And India also has great mangoes. Yes. Thank you, friend. I'm just going to pop this right up here. I actually can't tell what that writing is. And if you could let me know, what is the language of this writing that you have here on your profile name? It's so cool. All right. So now let's keep going. I now not want some vegetables. All right. So anytime I make a smoothie, I always try to add veggies to my smoothie. And today I'm actually going to use a little bit of spinach. All right. So I'm using a handful of green spinach. Look at how gorgeous this is. I just want to show you in the overhead, beautiful. This is farm fresh, comes from a farm here. Really beautiful, gorgeous Bloomsfield spinach. This has a really nice long stem and a really beautiful leaf here, really high in iron, really high in calcium. Really important to remember that spinach and almonds have more calcium than cow's milk, all right? So when we go plant-based, oftentimes people think, oh, we're not gonna get as many nutrients. It's not true, friends. We have to remember that there are an incredible spectrum of nutrients in all plant foods. Really, really important for us to remember. Just a word of the wise, though, here's how I want you to store your spinach. Here's how I store it, and it will last a really long time. I like to store spinach inside of a cup that has a little bit of water on the bottom and a bag on top. Okay, so I'm going to remove the bag and just show you. Here's how I store herbs and spinach and soft greens like this. I put these stems in a cup with a little water. I change the water every few days, and I just hold a bag on the top, and this is going to keep super fresh and vibrant for many weeks in your refrigerator, all right? So this is how you can save your produce. And the reason I know this is because this is how we used to save our produce in the restaurants, all right? So really important. So I'm going to take the spinach. I'm just going to like cut it in half or just rip it in half, and then place it right into my food processor or my blender, which I'm using today, either or. Now, the next thing that we want is a little bit of maple syrup, all right? I'm gonna use a little bit of organic maple syrup, which I love. This comes from Trader Joe's. You can use agave nectar. You can use date syrup. It doesn't matter. Just a couple splashes of that, maybe a tablespoon or so. And now I want some hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are wonderful. These are going to give you a ton of protein. Really cool ingredient here, you guys. One of my favorite plant foods, absolutely, because it has a ton of protein. In just 3 tablespoons of this, you're going to get 3 tablespoons of these hemp seeds, you're going to get 10 grams of protein. That's a whole heck of a lot. All right, so I'm going to add this right to my blender. I'm going to save a little bit for the top though, all right? So a few tablespoons. And then last but certainly not least, we need the matcha, all right? So I'm going to use the green matcha as I've already showed you. This is so good. Yum. I'm going to pour it right in. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on. All right. Oops, I don't want to like waste any of this. You see there's a little bit on the bottom of the bowl. I'm going to scrape that out. Okay, cool. Now put my top on and I'm going to blend this up, okay? All right, cool. Yeah, I love this. This is a really cool comment from Marie. She says, I love hemp seed. She puts them on her salad. I do too. They're really great. All right, I'm going to blend this up, you guys. If you have questions, let me know. Here I go. Now we're good. All right, so you can see, I put it in the camera so you could actually see it. It takes a second for all the spinach and the hemp seeds and the bananas and everything to like really catch into that blade. So use one of these pushers in the blender to actually push everything down. It will make for really smooth smoothie. And let me just keep mixing it just for like 30 more seconds because I want it to be absolutely creamy. This looks fantastic. Okay, I think it's absolutely ready. I know it's ready because it looks creamy and it looks delicious. I'm gonna just keep my overhead and my straight view so that you can see. This is gonna make a few smoothies depending on how hungry you are. So I'm gonna fill up 2 glasses here. And here's a really good comment. Thank you so much. You should actually thaw your bananas just a bit before you add them to the blender. It's actually easier for the blender, but just thaw them for a few minutes. I think I thawed them for like 2 to 5 minutes. All right, so look at this beautiful creamy matcha smoothie. It's going down here. I'm so excited. That mango also can be thawed too, just a little bit before it goes into the blender. It's just going to make for a much smoother and easier blend. Man, this looks so good. The thing about matcha, remember at the very beginning I was telling you about the flavor profile, it does have a creaminess. So it's going to give you really nice flavor. It's really going to taste, it's very milky. It's very creamy, right? And it doesn't contain any milk and it doesn't contain any cream. It's just kind of the way that it naturally tastes, which I really love. That's why it's great in baking. And now I'm going to use one of these spatulas just to kind of like make sure I don't waste a drop. Man, this looks so good. And it smells so good. All right. This looks perfect. Now, like I mentioned, I think it's really important to garnish. We eat with our eyes first, right? So I'm going to garnish the top with just a little bit of hemp seeds. Perfect. And now it's time for me to give this a taste. I cannot wait. Get your little like sustainable straw. I love these bamboo straws, you guys. Whatever you do, try to use a sustainable straw. That means a straw that you can use over and over again. It's really better for the planet. All right, you guys. I'm digging in. Before I do, I'm going to give this food a little gratitude. Thank you, food. Here we go. So good. Oh my God, that hits the spot right now. It's so delicious, creamy, smooth, mango-y, banana-y. The spinach is totally hidden. The matcha flavor is almost really hidden too, but there is that creamy essence, so I know that it's in there. I could seriously just down this entire thing. I'm going to take this question. You say that you love matcha, but every time you try to use it at home with oat milk, it tastes funny, like it tastes powdery. Yeah, I totally get it, right? Try it with some blended fruits and veggies like I did today. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. There's something about actually blending the matcha flavor with other flavors. It marries well with things. If you, though, just want to use oat milk or any other plant milk with matcha, one of the ways to cut that powderiness is to add a sweetener, okay? You can use maple syrup, you can use brown sugar, you can use palm sugar, whatever you want. But just adding an additional level of that sweetness is really going to kind of cut that powderiness. There's something about the viscosity of the sweet sugar or syrup that whatever you're using will cut that powdery flavor, okay? So it's all about kind of blending the flavors together and bringing everything. I love this, you guys. Check out this recipe. If you want it, please purchase my cookbook, issue number 8. This is a really fun cookbook, month of recipes, going to get you cooking plant-based all throughout the month. You guys, I've lowered the price for this too, so check it out. It's only $12. I really hope that you'll consider buying it because this is how I can continue to make this video content for you guys free. And if you want to actually become a member, a cookbook member, where you get a new cookbook delivered right to your inbox every month, you can get these cookbooks even on a more sale than I'm already offering. For $10 a month, you can become a member. That's going to give you a new cookbook every single month. So I'm going to actually put the link for the membership right here, as well as the cookbook. The cookbook link is the first link in today's video. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be back on Wednesday for another video. And yeah, this week I'm going to be trying to come in on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then next week I might switch over to Tuesday, Thursday, but I'll let you know then. All right, you guys, have a good one. Keep it easy. Drink your matcha. And I'll see you next time. Peace.